Button E-Mars 7 intelligence that electrifies. Real जमघट जहाँ रियल पार्टी पैक त्यहाँ नयाँ गुड नाइट फ्लैश और लिक्विड वेपोराइजर भन्दा 2 गुना बढी प्रभावशाली.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
It is the much-awaited final showdown at the Indian Premier League today as Royal Challengers Bengaluru faces Punjab Kings. Who will lift the coveted trophy? You can watch the live coverage on Kantipur Max HD as the match kicks off at 7:45 p.m. Now back home, the House session has been postponed once again as opposition parties remain firm on demands for the Home Minister's resignation. And the public transport remains shut for the second day today amid ongoing strikes over ride-sharing rules. That and more in today's Kantipur News. Good evening, I am Aprila Ghising Lama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Transport entrepreneurs continue nationwide shutdown demanding policy rollback. Federal government accused of undermining Supreme Court order on ride-sharing laws. Opposition stalls House session staying adamant on Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak's resignation. Speaker postpones session until tomorrow as deadlock continues. At least 27 people killed and 90 injured by Israeli fire near aid site in southern Gaza. Medical staff describe carnage amid ongoing aid distribution violence. And Royal Challengers Bengaluru and Punjab Kings face off today in the final of Indian Premier League 2025. Fans gear up for a thrilling championship showdown. Transportation entrepreneurs have continued the nationwide shutdown of public transportation today as well. Despite an agreement with the government, the entrepreneurs insist they will not withdraw the shutdown until its implementation is certain. Transportation entrepreneurs had agreed to withdraw the nationwide protest after the Prime Minister's office agreed to send a letter to the Gandaki province government to halt the ride-sharing regulations introduced by the Gandaki province government, which would allow red-plated vehicles to carry passengers. However, they have not resumed transportation services because the Gandaki province government has not yet decided to suspend the regulations. In the Kathmandu Valley, Saza Yatayat has been operating buses on all routes. Along with Saza, Mayur Yatayat, Nepal Police and the Armed Police Force have also operated some buses on the roads of Kathmandu. In a meeting held late last night, an agreement was reached between the government and syndicate-affiliated transportation entrepreneurs to send a letter to the Gandaki government to suspend the ride-sharing regulations. The government and transportation entrepreneurs reached a 6-point agreement directly interfering with the provincial government's authority. The National Federation of Nepal Transport Entrepreneurs has stated that the transportation shutdown will not be immediately withdrawn. The president of the federation, Vijay Bahadur Swar, said that the shutdown programs will only be withdrawn after the Gandaki government suspends the regulations. He stated that the agreement on the suspension of the regulations will be conveyed to the provincial government through a fast track, and transportation services will resume once the suspension is announced. Now, public transport entrepreneurs who have been protesting since Sunday and the government reached an agreement yesterday defying the Supreme Court's order. The protest began after the Gandaki province government issued ride-sharing related policies and regulations on Sunday, which the transport entrepreneurs opposed by parking their public vehicles in garages, demanding their annulment. Following this, an agreement was reached between the Ministry of Home Affairs and the entrepreneurs on Monday night. Regarding the ride-sharing regulations issued by the Gandaki province government and other provincial governments on various dates allowing private vehicles to carry passengers, a decision has been made to recommend to the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport through the Office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers to request the Gandaki province government and other provincial governments to put these ride-sharing regulations on hold until the relevant federal laws are drafted and implemented. It seems that the federal government has not only failed to implement the Supreme Court's order itself, but it is also strategizing to prevent provincial governments from doing so. This is because the Supreme Court had issued a directive order to the government of Nepal on 2nd of April 2024 to make legal arrangements as soon as possible to address transportation businesses such as ride sharing. Now, the House of Representatives was unable to convene today as the opposition parties maintained the demand for the resignation of Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak over the visit visa controversy. With no consensus reached, the session has been postponed until 1 p.m. tomorrow. Earlier, a meeting of opposition parties led by CPN Maoist Centre Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal concluded that Minister Lekhak must step down. Following this, Speaker Debraj Ghimire held discussions with chief whips of both ruling and opposition parties. A leader of the CPN Maoist Centre, Barsaman Pun, stated that while the opposition is open to allowing the Home Minister to address Parliament, there must be clarity on the purpose of the address. A high-level meeting held yesterday at Singha Darbar between Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and CPN Maoist Centre Chair Dahal also failed to reach a conclusion as leaders remained firm in their respective positions. The opposition has continued to obstruct parliamentary proceedings, demanding a thorough investigation into the visa scandal and insisting that the Home Minister resign to ensure a fair process. Today's session was scheduled to begin deliberations on the upcoming fiscal year's budget based on inputs from various parties. The Parliament Secretariat had already set a timeline to complete discussions on revenue and expenditure estimates by 6th of June. However, the ongoing standoff over the Home Minister's resignation may disrupt the Parliament schedule. Now, the Kanti Lokpath will be closed for 4 days. The District Administration Office, Makwanpur, has issued a notice stating that this road will remain closed due to the installation of a Bailey Bridge on the Bagmati River, which lies on the border of Makwanpur and Lalitpur along the Lokpath. During the road closure, vehicles traveling between Kathmandu and Hetauda can use the Hetauda Kulekhani Parping and Hetauda Sisneri Parping roads as alternative routes. Long-distance vehicles will be prohibited from operating on the highway from May 21st to May 24th. It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by Global College of Management, the first choice for +2 management, Baneshwar, Kathmandu. Global School of Science, an exclusive center of +2 science, Baneshwar, Kathmandu.
Yesterday's question: why did transport operators stop services when strikes are banned in essential sectors? Your options are A, extremist thinking, B, delayed action, C, fragile government, or D, prefer not to comment. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. The Madan Bandari Park, built as a tourist destination in Kharadevi rural municipality of Ramechhap, is facing conservation problems. The management and preservation of the park, located in the Saline forest of Pokharbas, is facing difficulties. Located at a half-hour road distance from the district headquarters Manthali, this park has fallen into obscurity due to a lack of conservation and promotion. Built on vacant land belonging to the Saleni community forest, the Kharadevi rural municipality initially allocated 1 million Nepali rupees for its detailed project report. Later, with a budget of 5 million Nepali rupees from the Bagmati provincial government, works such as the construction of toilets, a compound and a statue of Madan Bandari was carried out for the park's development. Manoj Paudel, the ward chairperson of Kharadevi Rural Municipality 5, stated that structures according to the DPR remain to be built due to a lack of additional budget. According to the ward chairperson, some infrastructure development has been carried out this year with a budget of 1.5 million rupees from the rural municipality. Moving on, in Sindhupal Chowk, the Rural Health and Education Service Trust distributed educational materials to the students of Wandi Secondary School. Copies, pens and uniforms sufficient for 1 year along with cash, were handed over to 32 students who are at risk of trafficking, child marriage, violence and dropping out of school. After receiving the materials, the students and parents expressed their happiness, saying that their children will now be able to study comfortably up to class 12. Along with the educational materials, the organization has also been conducting Friday classes every week. In addition to supporting extracurricular activities in the school, this organization also provides information to girls in the school on topics such as trafficking, cybercrime, junk food and child labor exploitation. Now, in Kamal Rural Municipality 3 of Jhapa, a wild elephant has died due to electrocution. The Division Forest Office Bhadrapur has stated that a male elephant of around 45 years was found dead in the forest of the Rathwamai afforestation project. The Division Forest Office Jhapa estimates that the elephant died after an electric short circuit occurred when it pushed an iron pole with its foot, causing an electric current to pass through its trunk and one tusk.